They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Tua. This is the tight end, Njoku. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 45-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Flush to his right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Play action. Now it's Tua. And he's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kadarius Toney with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. Now Jones. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
51, Mike 51. Check pass. 11 mighty. 51 for Mike, boys. 51. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Hey, Mike 51. Mike 51.
Burrow looking to pass. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long way.
Touchdown, Dolphins. From 4 yards out. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
29 is Mike 29.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Watch twist. Watch twist.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
11 Thomas. Watch 55. All day. All day. Mark 55. Mark 55. He don't know no better.
On third down, Burrow. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Steps away to his left. And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the first down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. On first down, Tagovailoa eluding the pressure right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua over the middle. That's hauled in by Tony. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 42. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Buying time to his left. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle. Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Here we go, set, black 40.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. 59 mark.
Ready.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle from 21 yards away. And the Dolphins have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
First down. Here's Burrow. Again, he finds more. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
11. 11. 11.
From midfield now, Burrow. That pass complete to Moore. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Burrow on play action. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
55 is mine, guys. 55. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Mike 5-5.
11, Thomas.
Let's go, D.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
11 MT, Kate. 11 MT, Kate.
Check. 55 to mine.
2nd down and goal. Burrow. This will be caught at about the 5. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Here we go. 180. Eyes hot. Hot. 11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Hey, switch gears.
11 MT. 11 MT.
Shit.
Now they send the tight end in motion left.
Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd. Get that quarterback at all costs. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Crunch time.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
36.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
To his throw, taken in there by Cooks. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Hands it off out of the gun. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Sanders is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Mike, 55. Check. 11 mighty. It's our time. Mike, 55.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch out. 11. Check the backer. Back. 11 MT. 12.
Here's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Burrow. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
11.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a throw for Tony is intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. Rolling to his right. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
11.
55's Mike, guys, 55. Now watch run. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 27 yards there, a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Here's Tua. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Brandon Cooks, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they go play action now. Burrow. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield.
Sam Hubbard just continues to quietly produce for the Bengals. He plays the run, but he can also rush the passer, and had 7.5 sacks in 2021.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Being chased out left. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Well, so much for the first down.
And they coulda, woulda, shoulda had a first down, but my English teacher's not going to be happy with this one. They did not.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and a mile. And this is going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow forced out to his left. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins will take over possession here up at the 44. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 54 yards rushing for him now to this point. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guy.
Tua now on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Bengals are right back in this football game. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
11.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Now Burrow loses the football.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long.
Another try after the first down sack. Burrow, he's going to loft one deep left side here.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
But here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Tua. That'll be caught. It's Tony.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Tua going to throw.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit.
This to make it a 3-score game late. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum. And
touchdown!
Kadarius Toney,
his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Dolphins are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 24. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
11.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
11.
Back to throw here. He will find his man Chase complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line.
Big 13.
Play action. It's Burrow. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow dancing to his left. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. They will throw on first down with Burrow. He's going to look deep for Moore. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again, it's Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. A final shot now for Burrow. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree. Matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Dolphins, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk.